So, I have some thoughts to share tonight, and it's partly because I've been listening to Alex Hermosi and his wisdom again. I really like listening to Alex Hermosi because he really makes me, I was going to say reflect on my life, but I think it's more so look ahead at what's to come and really be able to, there's a train, really be able to develop the right mindset for what I know is ahead and embrace myself. So, and the other part of it is because of just the fact that I've been looking around and just having some thoughts. And I was looking around today and I saw a car that belongs to a friend of mine. And it's nothing crazy, but it's a cool car. And I kind of just thought to myself, wow, I could have had a car like that by now. And you know what? I did have a car. It was essentially my dream, my biggest goal since I was 12 or 13 to save up my money from the paper round that I was doing. So I used to deliver newspapers as a paper boy when I was 12 and 13 all the way up to the ages of 15 and 16. And I saved up money for a car. And around a year later I sold that car because one, I didn't use it, and two, because I had to sell it to keep going on this journey and to keep running my business, to be able to support myself and not have to go into, well, being broke. And whenever I see sometimes, maybe some friends that, some cars that my friends have now or something, I do think to myself, wow, I could have just gotten a normal job and had a cool car by now, just had a normal job and been nice and comfortable and spending time with friends and having fun. But then I remind myself, well, okay, but often the best way to make decisions in life is not to think, what do I want, but what do I really not want? Like, which regret do I not want to have? Because in life you have to pick your regrets. I heard today on Chris Williamson's podcast. And sure, I mean, if you're choosing between getting a normal job and starting a business, the thing to go for that you want could be for the business. Okay, well, I could have a nice business and, be making some nice money and be doing nice things. But then when you compare it to your friends, you could say, okay, well, I could be comfortable and not be suffering that pain of building a business and uncertainty and just, also feel nice and comfortable and all. I'm more comfortable than the business, right? But when you weigh the regrets and the downside, I think that's when really you start to notice a difference. With your friends, if you choose the business, that's when you realize, if I don't choose the business, I'm going to spend the rest of my life regretting not knowing what could have been if I actually chased my dreams and I actually tried. And very often when we actually weigh these regrets, that's when we can muster up the courage to really do what we know we should do in the long term. To chase our dreams and really to try that thing, to ask that girl to start that business, to speak to that stranger, to go do that workout, to start that new thing. Because we're only here once and life is just too precious, too valuable, too short not to take those risks and not to try those things just because you worry about what other people think about you, which I spent too much of my time doing. But something I realized is that whenever you get hate or judgment from others, those people are not judging you. They're judging themselves through you. Think about that for a moment. And the thing is, when you're on your way up, people tend to cheer for you and root for you because you remind them of their dreams. But when you make it up to the top, they tear you down because you remind them that they gave up on their dreams. So the truth is that hate is a prerequisite for success. The number one lead indicator that you're doing the right thing in life is that you're getting pushback from people around you. Because the thing is, when you're down here, when you're with your old friends and you're in that town that you grew up in, it's only normal that you're going to get hate and pushback from people who don't believe in your thing. Because realistically, they're just jealous that you're actually taking the effort to change your life, and you're just reminding them that they're doing nothing to change their life. That's all it is. They're just shining their own feelings through into you, making you feel bad and insecure, because it's actually them that are insecure. Don't ever be bothered by the pushback you get when you try to start something, or the hate you get, and when people make fun of you. Don't ever let that bother you, because in 100 years or in 3 generations, all those people will be dead. We're all going to be dead, and it's not going to matter. And when you sit on your deathbed, you're not going to think to yourself, oh, I really wish I cared more what those other people that I didn't care about thought about me. Think about it. If you don't care about someone enough to take life advice from them, then why do you care when they judge you? And why do you care if they make fun of you and they hate you? Do not ever let that bother you, because that pushback is the number one sign that you're doing the right thing. Keep going. Chase your dreams. And never, ever let anyone get in the way and in between you and your dreams. I believe in you. Keep going. Be mega. Ciao.